everybody, welcome to another edition of A Chapter a Day Keeps the Doctor Away. My name is Alan, otherwise known as He's Me, and I'm from ReverseThieves.com, as well as the Speakeasy podcast. And this time I'm looking at Bleach, Chapter 567, Dance with Snowwhite. And I gotta say, this whole kind of Snowwhitey thing is kind of appropriate, because I've been seeing a lot of Frozen stuff lately. There have been a lot of Let It Go parodies, and Kate recently linked me this article about how like fire versions and different versions of the titular Snow Queen are really popular on the internet. So it's been in my mind a lot, and then this chapter comes out and I'm like, what an odd bit of synchronicity. I mean, Rukia always kind of had this snow blade for a while, but it seems kind of the prime time for the power to pop up, as it were. Even more than when the movie was first released, I feel like it's kind of gained this momentum in the fan community. So, interesting little thing. But as we see, Rukia seems unaffected by this guy's notes, fear powers, and he's all like, I beat your brother and I want back his banker, so I'm gonna kill you and then drown your brother. And she's all like, I'm immune. We're playing LARP, and I go, immune. And that's because after his whole speech about everyone feels fear, I guess I'm Freddy Krueger or something, Fear Master. And she's like, yes, with dead people don't fear anything, and I'm dead. And he's like, what? And she's like, yes, the true power of my sword is that it super freezes everything, and I've made my whole body below zero, and I'm approaching absolute zero. And that means I am, with my magical powers, effectively dead, and thereby I do not feel fear. And it's kind of a cool idea, and they even mention the whole thermodynamics of if you were to get to absolute zero, then your molecules would stop moving and you'd just be absolutely frozen, like to a ridiculous degree. But as we learn, even one at absolute zero, she can still move for 4 seconds. And I just felt like when I got to that page, when they were discussing the thermodynamics of it, I felt like every physics nerd in the universe, like everyone who has a hardcore physics major, like Neil deGrasse Tyson, and, just everybody was, Stephen Hawking's, that's who I was looking for, was just instantly like there was a record scratcher. And they were all like, I don't know exactly what was said, but something in my persnickety physics nerd radar just said that someone said something that if I heard them say it in real life, I would be really angry and lecture them for an hour about it. And I've dated enough physics majors to know that would happen. They'd be like, whoa, it's nice that you brought up absolute zero, but if you were at absolute zero, you could not move at all, even for 4 seconds. And then any sane person would be like, look, it's a fantasy series in which soul reapers use magical powers to use their, death god swords to fight half undead, half death god enemies. And they're like, yeah, I understand that. But you're still misinterpreting the laws of thermodynamics and absolute zero. And you'd be like, but magic! But thermodynamics. So, if you ever do want to mess with your hardcore physics friends, make them read chapter 567 of Bleach, and then just sit back and watch. But we basically see Rukia is once again immune. That guy just like cannot handle it. He's like, no, nobody's immune to fear. Oh no! And so, as the chapter goes down, we learn that yes, Rukia's blade's power is to just make everything around it super duper cold. And as her body freezes more and more, she gains more and more basically super cold powers. Like she can cut him like instantly, but he won't bleed because that's how cold. And she can make earthquakes. And once again, when she is at absolute zero now, she just slashes him and he just totally freezes, and his last thoughts are, is this what fear is? Bum bum bum. And I gotta say, after UQ Holder and their total disrespect of Koromaru, it was really nice, despite as much of a ranting I did about Absolute Zero. It was really nice to see Rukia just win, and win awesome, and win in kind of a stone cold badass way. So, I mean, once again, that was more of a joke rant than anything else. But it was really nice to see Rukia just be like, yeah, I got this. This was the Rukia that you always knew was there. Wing. And I'm like, yes! I mean, obviously there's going to be some flaw with this thing or way around it, but I gotta wonder if this is what it does just at like first release, what must Rukia's Bankai be? That must be just like, I don't know, but awesome. So, definitely redeeming her for her last fight against that guy with the basically beaker with floating heads in it fight. This is just like pure awesome and pure cool. Oh, ho, ho, ho. So, yeah. Good fight. Good to see Rukia being awesome. Definitely cooler than Renji in his last fight. But, Renji being cool at all is like shocking. But, so I guess we'll see if we go to somebody else, or does Renji go back to his old ways in the next fight. But, yeah, I guess we're going to have a little bit of, wind down with this fight. What does happen to Rukia when she goes to Absolute Zero. But, curious to see how this is going to go. Maybe that's why Rukia was so big on them resting in between fights. I could see that generally, yeah. Dropping yourself to Absolute Zero might be something you want to rest after using. So, well, good to see a chapter that I'm generally super pleased with. Good job, Bleach. Alright, see you next week.